This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, but now it's 3rd and goal. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the foot. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Seibert on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Well, later tonight, we have more football. Sunday night football, a good one out west. Steelers and Chargers might see equal amounts of black and gold mixed with a powder blue in the stands for that one. And then tomorrow, Monday night football, Detroit and Green Bay battle in the NFC North from Lambeau Field. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson, and that's incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. It's complete to Jerron Brown. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Metcalf once again the target, and that'll bring up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And Dixon over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Myers' kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Gary Jennings with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks a 2-point conversion away from tying the game.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, watch the slant.
Final play of the half. Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin in the AFC North as we head up to M&T Bank Stadium. Baltimore hosting Cincinnati. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. The Ravens still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. 2 touchdown passes there for the venerable one, Drew Brees. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Redskins. Albert Wilson, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching has been Baker Mayfield with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.